started, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. This is the update for Akiptan. We offer this webinar every year so that our audience, our clients, our partners can get an idea of new things that we are doing, some of our products and services, and we'll go through all of that today. And so we're a native community development financial institution. My name is Dawn LeBeau. I am the Senior Program Officer here at Akiptan. I also have my teammate, Justine Kogel, here with me, who will be monitoring the chat. As always, we record each webinar so that way folks can watch the recording at their own leisure in our webinar library on our website. You are welcome to use the chat for questions. Let me make sure that it is enabled so that you can do that. Looks like it is. You're also welcome to use the Q&A box if that exists on here. I know some of our options have changed, but yep, I do see it there. So that's good. And then we'll be sharing our email contact information at the end of the presentation here. But if you have a question throughout any of the slides, go ahead and just pop your question in the chat and we'll make sure and get you an answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going here. So for the folks that are new to Akiptan, our mission here is to transform native agriculture and food economies by delivering creative capital, leading paradigm changes, and enhancing producer prosperity. And that work shows up a lot in the different products and services that we offer, and we'll go through that here today. So Akiptan, often we're asked, what does it mean? How do you pronounce it? So it's the Lakota word for working together in a cooperative effort, and it's reflective in our lending philosophy. We do long-term, patient, innovative capital. And so that basically means that we work with our producers. We see them as our partners. We know that their success is our success. All of the resources and financial literacy tools that we create, as well as the programs, are created with our partners, the producers, in mind. So we genuinely are looking at our producers as partners. So a little bit of information about CDFI. So we're like banks in the sense that we provide loans, but you cannot deposit money. And so we're a little different in that way because we also provide technical assistance. You'll hear that term spoke on as TA often. TA stands for technical assistance. So that comes with all of our loans, and that comes in the form of business and goal planning, succession planning, financial literacy training, and any other tools or resources that you need to be successful in your operation. So while there are laws that we have to follow, we are unregulated, and this is what allows for us to be flexible and innovative in the products and services that we offer. So since our inception in 2019, we have reached 28 tribal nations. We are heavy in the Upper Plains and the Rocky Mountain regions right now. However, we do serve other folks in different regions too, and we're very proud of that. Up to this point, we have committed 30 million in loan capital, and we have dispersed 440 numbers of loans. As far as our products and services go, we offer a variety of loan products and services that are all designed to increase the agriculture economy in Indian country. Our financial and technical assistance products and our services are always evolving so that we can meet the needs of our producers. And we'll talk a little bit more about that further in the presentation when we talk about our market study and other things. But we have 4 different types of loans. We have a youth loan, a general loan, operating loan and line of credit, and a land mortgage and down payment assistance loan. For eligibility for our services, it simply states that you must be involved in the native agriculture field. So this is anything on the food chain, from initial production to retail, Eligible activities can include, but they're not limited to, things like farming, ranching, fishing, timber, and retail. But because of our bylaws and our policies, we have to be using our funding to support the production of agriculture in some form. And this doesn't include things like rodeo ag or agritourism. So it's okay to come to us with a business idea, and we'll get you to a final business plan. Our loan officers do such a phenomenal job at all of that work. So we'll just go through each of these different loans step by step. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. So our youth loan, we here at Akiptan, we believe that investing in the youth is a stepping stone in food security and food sovereignty. We are always thinking about the future generations, so we make sure that we have a youth loan. And our different styles within this is between the ages of 10 to 12, you can apply for up to $5,000. Ages 13 to 15 can apply for up to $7,500. And ages 16 to 18 can apply for up to $10,000. These loans work well for 4-H show animals. They can be used for any type of native ag business, garden, food market stand, things like that. And it can be paired with an FSA loan. For this one, we offer the 12 years of repayment style option. And just like all of our other loans, this is paired with our youth financial literacy training. And we have the curriculum, which is available on our website. As far as our general loan, so our general loan was created to fill all the gaps that producers might have in their operation. This one caters to the 18-year and older. You can do up to 12 years of repayment on this one, and you can apply for up to $250,000. This can be used for things like equipment, infrastructure, value-added operations, transportation, livestock, and also refinancing any current debt. This one too is paired with our technical assistance to help to make sure that our producer is experiencing success and following their own business plan. And we also have a rancher-specific financial literacy workbook that is on our website as well. And we also just recently put in our agribusiness curriculum on there too. So those are all available not only in like a fillable form on our website, but we have the physical copies here in our office. And so if you check it out online and you just want the physical copy, don't be, just go ahead and email us, reach out to us, and we'll get you a physical copy of that. So that's our general loan. Our operating on line of credit. So we realize that many producers have short-term needs to complete as well. And so we're happy to fill that gap. We can pair an operating line with our general loan for full circle servicing. So this can be used to pay for fuel costs, insurance, feed, vaccines, a vet bill, things like that. And so this one, kind of the same as our general, 18 years and older, up to 12 months of repayment, and up to $250,000. And same thing as our others, paired with technical assistance to make sure that producers are set up for success on this one. A few other things that you can purchase with this are fencing materials, vaccine guns, and twine for haying, equipment parts, things of that nature. All right, and as far as our fourth product, our land mortgage, down payment assistance. So we know that land is can be a complicated issue in Indian country, and we're ready to help solve that access to land issues, whether it be around trust land or fee land. This one follows similar eligibility, 18 years and older. The repayment term is longer, up to 30 years of repayment. However, the amount is still the $250,000. So This can be used for consolidating interests, purchasing a piece of land to operate on, or purchasing land in a building combination for those operating needs. So we're really familiar with working in Indian country, and we know the importance of land stewardship, access, ownership, as well as the highly fractionated issues that plague Indian country, and we're eager to help to consolidate those interests. And I do see a question in the chat. Okay, you answered her. Thanks. Yep, Sherry, we can get the recording to you. Justine's right on top of that. Okay, so this can also be used as the down payment, and it can be combined with additional lending as well. Okay, so that's our land mortgage and down payment assistance product. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into our repayment style. So we have two different unique repayment styles. And one of them is named our traditional, and the other one named interest only. So these go hand in hand with our patient capital lending philosophy. And oh, sorry, something glitched there for a second. So both of these, here we go. I'm having a technical issue. Okay. Justine, can you see my screen? It's good. Okay, odd. Okay, so our traditional repayment option, this is a blended repayment from the start. It has longer terms than what you would see at a typical lending institution. And this is great for equipment, infrastructure, and for folks that who are already at their maximum capacity. It's something that one would find at a typical bank. So you'd get your set rate over a set period of time. And we'll go ahead and look at an example here. Okay, so this is just a example of what it would look like. So your loan amount, $250,000, your term 7 years, interest rate. This is not the current interest rate. This is just an example. So right now, our interest rates, they vary quarterly, and currently the youth loan is at 2.1%. The blended is at 3.6, and the interest is at 6.1%. So you would see your interest rate here, and then your annual loan payment. So this is the longer term, or the amortization schedule, excuse me. And just a good example of how you can see it broken down. Is there any question on that? Okay, so with this one, we believe in reality, a longer loan period is a lower risk option because the client has time to grow their operation, earn profit, and then therefore make payments more easily. So let's go ahead and move to our most unique option, which is our interest-only repayment option. I see a Q&A. Can you repeat the current interest rates for 2025? So that is definitely a loan question. I do know that it changes quarterly, but I will get back to you on that one, Leah, and make sure that I'm giving you the proper information. Like, are you asking if you're like locked into that? If you got a loan in 2025, and are you locked into that rate? Let me hit the answer live. I will make a note on that, Leah, and we will get you a solid answer. So that way we have correct information. But great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so the interest-only repayment option, you get 5 years interest-only payments, and then it switches to principal. This is, of course, our most unique and innovative. It allows our producers to reinvest their profits into themselves, and it's designed to help the producer grow their balance sheet. And this is great for livestock or people who want to have large upfront growth capacity. You'll see in the charts that the previous chart and the next chart I'm about to show, let's go to that slide here. You can see how the interest rates are 2 different rates for the loan and the life of the loan. So even though you're paying more interest, it allows for upfront growth capacity. So let's see here. This is your interest only period here, first 5 years. And from then you're going to move into the 7 years after that. So you're going to see the longer term. So for people in cattle country, you can retain some heifers and then see how that grows, and really helps you to understand what you can do with this by seeing the sheet here. Make sure there's no questions. And all of this information is on our website. We give a couple more examples in some of our curriculums. But if you have any unique questions around this, or you have your business plan and you want to ask questions to one of our loan officers, they are more than happy to reply to an email, pick up the phone. So yeah, those are our 2 different styles, and would be happy to answer any questions outside of this call or even in the chat, even if they come up throughout the presentation here. So our loan process includes a lot of technical assistance, as I mentioned from the beginning of the presentation. We start with our discovery and intake. So this is where loan officers and our loan administrator will get to know the client and their operation. In this first step, you're going to complete our intake form. Our intake form is available on our website. You just click a button there. But if you are more keen on using a paper form, we can get that to you as well. We can email it to you, and that's your starting point. So we check over eligibility just to make sure that you're following the eligibility of doing food production in Indian country. And then we go through your checklist. So our checklist is also listed on our website. You can see when you go to resources on our website, there's going to be an application materials link, and it's going to send you to we're going to have 3 different checklists. So there's going to be an individual, a married couple checklist, business entity checklist, and a youth checklist. So once you go there, you can see like, oh, these are all the things that I need. You're going to start with the intake survey, then you're going to visit with our team, most likely our loan administrator or a loan officer if you know them already, right? Or things like that. From there, there's an entire list of things you need on there, which would include your loan application, credit and bank authorization form, and then you move into all of the like detailed financial literacy work, any tax returns if applicable, and then you visit all your financial pieces. So that's discovery and intake, and that's the first step of our loan process. Oh, I see a question in there.
I was just gonna say, Don, Sean's got a question here, and I think it's a good one, and maybe we can address it here. Sean asked, does the operations loan cover barns and greenhouses, or is there a separate loan for each of those?
Good question. I'm just going to go back a couple slides, Sean. Okay, so the general loan is definitely something that you would want to look at for this, because it does cover infrastructure. It does cover equipment. So those 2 would be great candidates for our general loan. Okay, and I see another question from Angie. You shared to be eligible, you must have food production in Indian country. How do you determine Indian country? So basically, we go off of what is eligible across the nation. And so for one example, let's say that you are living in a rural area within the tribal boundaries, that's eligible. Let's say that you are living in an urban area and you're serving the indigenous food economy in that urban area, that would be eligible as well. I hope that answers the question, Angie.
There's one more in there too, Don. Would a newly formed cooperative be eligible with no financial history established?
That is a question that I just got last week too, Catherine. Let me double check with Melissa, our loan team lead on that one, and we'll get back to you. I just got that question the other day too, so thank you. Okay, let's fast forward back to where we were in the presentation. Sorry for running through slides here.
Questions are awesome that are coming in today.
Yeah,
I'm
these are
bouncing
so
back and
good.
forth between screens and actually getting a hold of some of our loan officers so we can have the most up-to-date information for you folks. So keep them coming. June also asked, what about Alaska? You guys are in it to win it. You
Yeah.
are absolutely a part of our area and who we serve. So be sure to jump on our website, get signed up for all the newsletters and information, and shoot us questions, and we can definitely help.
I'm going to go ahead and click answer on that one, Justine, so you don't have to do that while you're doing some heavy lifting, asking our loan officers. So our entire loan team is at a training right now to increase their knowledge around lending and doing all the things they do for our producers. So we thank them for answering us so quickly as they usually do. Okay, back to loan processes. So part 2 of our loan process includes technical assistance, which is the TA, right? And application completion. So you're going to complete all the forms and submit all the required materials from that checklist that you can see on our website. You're going to complete all your financial projections with your loan officer. You're going to do some business and goal planning with the loan officer as well. You'll do some financial literacy work, and that can include the curriculums that I mentioned. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move through the presentation here. And once you do all of those things, you're going to decide at the end which repayment option of the 2 I mentioned works best for your operation. So that's the second part of the loan process: technical assistance and application completion. Let's see. Sometimes we get a question of how long do these take? And it just varies on how concise your paperwork is, or how quickly you get things in, or how far along you are. So it's just a case-by-case basis. Okay, and then we move into review and closing, which is step number 3 of our loan process. This is where the loan officer will create your loan narrative, and then it will go to our executive director. The director will look it over. If there's any questions from the ED, they'll go back to the loan officer and they'll go through those things so that we can make sure that that application is complete and all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So it has a really good chance when it gets to the loan committee. So loan narrative gets reviewed by the ED, and then it gets sent to the loan committee. In the loan committee, they'll review it. They may or may not ask any clarifying questions. I feel like our loan team does a really good job at trying to answer any preliminary questions that might come up before it gets there. And so that's step 3 of step 3. So if approved, the loan closing documents are then drawn up and signed by our team and the producer. However, if it is denied for whatever reason, you will get an opportunity to fix the application. We're never going to go or take the application back to the client and just be like, oh, it's not approved, and not give any answer. We pride ourselves on really helping our clients and helping them to understand. So there will be a reason given and an opportunity given to fix the application. Okay. Thanks for answering those questions in the chat,
Yep,
Justine.
and I'm grabbing some interest rate answers too from Melissa. She's getting back to me, so we'll be putting that in the chat as well, guys.
Okay. These are really good questions, Sean. Okay, looks like you're grabbing stuff. So, and I did name our most recent interest rates, if that was the question. There's just kind of a lot here that I'm going through. Was the question about the current rate, Justine?
Yes, but also how it changes and things like that. So I'll type it
Okay,
all in here and you just keep rolling. We've got a lot to cover.
cool. Thank you so much. Okay, so then we move into aftercare. So this is where a lot of our TA comes in as well. So we do what we call informal quarterly check-ins as well. And it's a big part of what we do here. But however, the first thing that folks will do after they sign their loan documents is start submitting their invoices and their quotes for different things that they may have purchased for their operation for disbursement. Sometimes our loan officers will do a site visit. I think it was just a year ago, our senior loan officer was in Montana visiting with her producers and clients and just seeing how the operation was going and just being a really big support to our producers. And as I mentioned, the informal quarterly check-ins, those happen 4 times a year. When we say informal, we mean informal. It's just a phone call or maybe an email, whatever works for the client. We simply want to make sure we're supporting you properly and seeing where you might need help with your business plan. And in the same breath, we want to make sure that you are getting up-to-date information on all of the programs like CFAP or CI, NAP or LIP, any new programs that are coming out. We're going to give those updates and those quarterly check-ins as well. And this also gives operators a chance to ask questions that, things get so busy. Um, you'll be thinking of one thing and you're busy on your operation and then you're like, oh yeah, I did want to ask you about A, B, or C. What if I were to purchase this? What would that look like in my projections? What would that look like on my budget? So those have been beneficial, and some clients are like, well, my bank doesn't do this, right? And this is how we differ as a CDFI. We want to be there as a support. So we offer those in our TA. Okay, the other thing in aftercare includes an annual financial review. And this is to go over all of your numbers with your loan officer to make sure that you are following what your plan is in your operation. Let's see here, let me make sure I miss nothing. Okay, no. So the last thing in aftercare is we offer any further technical assistance that is needed or given, and that sometimes shows up in our webinars, such as this one. So every year we host one webinar each month, and that can be on information around understanding your taxes, understanding succession planning, or understanding a balance sheet or a cash flow sheet. So we have a lot of different webinar recordings on our website that you can go back to and reference, and we will help you walk through those different questions and topics that may need to be answered. So that is our loan process, everybody. So we have our check-in as the first thing, or the discovery and intake, technical assistance, application completion, review and closing, and our aftercare. I'm just gonna try to help you with the questions here.
Yep, I'm running through them as quickly as I can. There's a few that might be good to address. Jeff had asked if our financial literacy TA has to be paired with lending, and we've got so many resources and stuff, you guys, out on our website. The next thing that Don's going to go through is all the program side, which is what we get to work in. So it's kind of really near and dear to our hearts. But those resources are out there for everyone. Rosanna asked if there is a long list of people that are in the queue to be approved. Just know that we are constantly receiving applications, and some of those are, in a waiting process to be closed for various reasons. That being said, we do have lending capital, so please put your loan packets together. And Gilbert asked about hemp, which is a great and such a neat plant and piece of agriculture. As of right now, Gilbert, we haven't done any loans on hemp, but it's definitely something we can look into. So feel free to reach out. Fill out the contact information on our website or reach out to us directly, and we can put you in touch with a loan officer.
Perfect. Thanks, Justine. Okay, looks like all the questions. So that was the lending side of Akiptan, and it goes hand in hand with the program side. And we want to share a lot with you about our program side as well. So one of the things that we worked on in 2022 was a market study. This market study was sent out all across the nation, and we came out of it with 31 findings. But we're only going to highlight a couple here today. Ones that we thought weren't more important, but things that needed to be highlighted in a presentation so that we can start to find solutions to them. So the first one was that there was an unmet need of $43 billion for Native American producers. However, I want to name in that 43 billion of unmet need, in this study, it was mostly ranchers and gardeners. And so we know that the number is much bigger than that because we have to include the entire ecosystem of native agriculture, and that includes processing, packaging, holding facilities, trucking, and things like that. So in that realm, we are solution based, right? So we're thinking, how can we meet that goal? How do we partner with others to help meet these goals? So our solution to that is to continue to work with other folks that are offering lending to those in Indian country around native agriculture. The next one is that most producers want to grow their operation either in volume or diversification. So we have done some webinars around diversification, and those are available on our website as well. And we also have a lot of different programs as well. So we have some cohort things that we're doing, and it includes agribusiness, youth, and then the cattle ranching. And we talk about those things in the cohorts. The next one is that 43% of producers are wanting more knowledge on land issues. And so we did some webinars with the Indian Land Tenure Foundation. If you don't know of them, please look them up online. They are leading the space around Indian land issues. So we did some webinars with them. We added the land product to our portfolio as well. And we'll continue to offer more webinars and information as things grow. Okay, the next thing is that 75% of the participants have off-farm income. And I'm trying to make sure that I read all of the solutions as well here. Okay, so we are eager to help producers get to a healthy cash flow in this sense so that they aren't needing to also hold a full-time off-farm job. So this is the focus of our technical assistance with our loan officers. It shouldn't have to be that way, but that is how it is. And so we work really closely in that TA with our clientele. Okay, the next one is 51% of Native producers expressed a need for additional training and technical assistance related to sustainability, climate change, and conservation planning. So our solution to this was to offer the one-on-one financial work with our clients to be able to build that financial understanding. And also we have a couple different programming that we have created around conservation planning. This comes in the form of a forgivable loan. We'll go through that here in the next couple slides as well. And then the next ask is advocacy on the Hill. So we are trying to help amplify our producers' voices. We also work with the Farm Bill Coalition, the Native Farm Bill Coalition. And if you join our newsletters, you'll see a lot of those updates that they share. We try to reshare them, but if you follow the Native Farm Bill Coalition, they have all the social media channels, and they have a newsletter. Right now, they're offering updates on the Farm Bill. So I would highly recommend that you give them a follow. All right, the next is that 48% of the participants felt like the overall loan application process across the board could be improved. And so in response to this, our loan officers offer that one-on-one opportunity to help our applicants go through the process of applying and to try and make it a much more seamless and smooth process, and so that they're not so overwhelmed. And that kind of goes back to our lending philosophy and our partnership philosophy. And the last one here, and of course, isn't all of them, we have 31 recommendations in this. Only 27% of participants have a succession plan. And so our solution to that was to create a couple things. And one of them was a quick reference page of how do you get started? Where do I need to go? Who do I identify? And we created a booklet around this as well. Those are available on our website too, but we do have the paper copies here and we'll be happy to mail them out. And on top of that, clients that are with us have the opportunity to apply for what we call the UEA grant. And UEA is the Lakota word for to prepare for something. So that grant is a $7,000 grant, or it could vary, but currently it's a $7,000 grant provided to our clients to help in their efforts of succession planning. And so that includes doing a will, doing life insurance, doing a retirement plan. And all that information is also on our website. So we really pride ourselves in finding solutions to the asks by our producers. And so check out this market study. It's a big document. It's on our website. Please check it out and get more information on that. But we did want to name that today so that you have an understanding of how we grow our programming side, how we grow our loan products and services. All right, let's talk about a couple partnerships that we have. I'm just going to do a time check. I think we're doing pretty good on time. Okay, so we have a couple partnerships right now. This one is with the USDA Food Business Center. There's quite a lot of the food business centers created in different regions. And so we have partnered with two of them. The first one is the North Central Food Business Center. This one is specifically for Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Last year, when they promoted it, producers in the area could apply for up to $50,000 of grant funding. And this also included technical assistance. So if they wanted to apply, they have different partners or TA providers that would help them with the application process. And the entire purpose of this program was aimed to help create new value chain connections, expand the supply and demand to and from new and existing markets, and then improve viability and increase market value of products. So if you scan the QR code on the bottom, you can learn more about this. The next round is coming up this year. So I'd be happy to answer more questions about this. You can send me an email if you're in this region of Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. All right, so as I named, we had two partnerships. This is the second one here, and this is with Intertribal Agriculture Council. This one is named the National Intertribal Food Business Center. So this is a nationwide partnership, and it prioritizes Indian country all across the United States. And this one was developed to invest in American Indian, Alaska Native communities, directly in food system revitalization efforts. And their goal is to empower the stewards of Indian country food systems. So they also would provide technical assistance or TA and capacity building opportunities for Native food producers. So the goal is to create new markets and expand current linkages through the supply chain to address challenges faced by native food and farm businesses. They were doing a survey up through last year, and right now, as far as I understand, they are working on the next steps to move into 2025. But we have also added the QR code for this as well, so you can learn more about what their next steps are. And we are here to help support in different ways in this partnership, as well as the North Central Region 1. So 2 partnerships that we're working with in the food business center space. Okay. And I mentioned this earlier when I talked about the market study. This is our Climate Smart Commodities program. This is on our website as well if you want to deep dive into more details. So I will go ahead and go through these slides. So this was developed to offer climate smart loans that are designed to allow producers to build their balance sheet and their cash flow, all while implementing the climate smart agriculture practices. So this was one of the asks in the market studies, right? So in addition to receiving direct financing, producers will be able to receive TA with their loan, and we'll also do some work with IAC, who will also do nationwide education, outreach, marketing, and technical assistance to support the model. And of course, we have the QR code here so that you can go to our website and learn more. All of this work is developed and supported by Phil to Market's Climate Smart Agriculture Initiative, finance and financial, goodness, this is a long word, guys. Innovative finance initiative. So the website should list all of these eligible pieces. So I won't read through them all, but basically farmers have to be able to follow all of the eligibility practices that are listed here. We're offering up to this point 8 different practices. And so if you would like to learn more about this and you are a current client, please reach out to your loan officer, check out the website. We do have an intake form on our website, which is where you would start. And our lead to this program is Craig Harry, who's on our program side. And so this is the eligibility here on the screen that you can read. I'm going to go to the next slide here. Oh, I thought there was one more slide. Okay, I guess I just want to name one last piece here on the Climate Smart Commodities program. So this is a forgivable loan. You basically have to be able or be doing a conservation practice listed on our website. There's 8 of them. And as long as you do all of the reporting, there is the opportunity for the loan to be forgiven. So please reach out to us with any further questions, because this program is a pilot project and we are doing our best to build it out and be there for our producers with it. Am I missing any questions here, Justine? Or you're getting them all?
So far, so good.
Cool. Okay. Okay, so not only do we have our youth loan for our youth, we continue to build our programming for youth so we can support them. We have what we call our Okichanye scholarship, and Okichanye is basically the word for agriculture. This scholarship is in our 3rd year. This year, we are awarding 5 $2,000 scholarships for Native American high school students that are graduating in the spring of this year and who are pursuing a degree that's going to support the native agriculture industry. So this can be at a college institution, a vet tech school, a vo-tech school. Our award number is a little lower than it usually is this year, but $2,000 can pay for a lot of different things as they move into their next college phase. It opened in December. We're closing this on March 31st of 2025 at 4 p.m. And then we notify folks in late April of 2025. There's a Scan Me code here. It takes you to our website, gives more eligibility. So let's say that they want to get a business degree. That would be eligible as long as they can describe to us in the essay what they will be using that degree for in the native ag industry. So for example, let's say somebody here wanted to apply and they're getting a business degree and they want to work at a native CDFI. It's a very straightforward example. Eligibility is just simply, as I named before, Native American high school student graduating in the spring of 2025 from high school and then pursuing a degree in the native ag industry. So they will need their application, their CIB, 2 reference letters, and their transcripts to the college from the high school, and then they'll do the essay. And the essay is pretty much 6 questions that they can elaborate on and answer and submit it. So they can either apply online, they can email me, or they can download the application and mail it into our office. So please let your students know about this. We've supported a lot of students from across the country, and it's been really great to see all of the great things that they're doing with their degrees and in our native food economies. All right, so that's our scholarship. The other cool thing that we have happening for our native youth is our Makichayapi business plan contest. So this agriculture business plan contest, it aims to help students who are interested in native agriculture in helping them to develop or build on an agribusiness plan that they already might have in the making. We will offer technical assistance with this. It is a 2-part contest. So the first part is a written business plan. We have that template on our website, and all they have to do is enter all of their information into that business plan. And then we ask that they do a 1 to 5 minute video business plan pitch. And this is all online. So we have a portal where they can submit all of the information, and they can email me as well. So eligibility around this contest, they have to be, or they must be a Native American citizen in the US. Age range is 16 to 18 years of age. The business plan must be uplifting the native ag industry. So this can be, but it's not limited to things like cattle ranches, buffalo ranches, fisheries, anything value added, processing centers, beekeeping, gardening, farmers market, or any agriculture business in the industry. As I said before, it requires a written business plan, which we have a template for, and they simply fill that template out, and the 1 to 5 minute verbal business plan pitch. The QR code is here. It's also on our website. And there are prizes. So let's talk a little bit about the prizes. So first place is $5,000. Second is $2,500. Third is $1,750, and fourth is $750. This business plan contest closes on April 30th of 2025. And here's the steps. Complete the ag plan, record the business plan pitch, and hit submit. But if there are any questions, folks can reach out to me and scan the code here. If you go to our website, you'll see all the information there along with my contact information. And it's simply dawn@akiptan.org, which is also on the website. Okay, let's go ahead and move into our summer internship program. So every year we host an intern that is between the ages of 16 to 18 years of age so that they can learn and gain the hands-on experience of working within native agriculture companies that are serving our food economies while enhancing their financial literacy skills. So here at Akiptan, they could be doing communications and then learning about the loan department. But in that, we also do our financial literacy curriculum, which you'll find on our website. And that's a 7-module curriculum. So we do that online with some of our other interns that are paired with a native ag organization. Specifically for here at our office, we open this up usually in April. And then it closes at the end of April, and hopefully we hire someone mid-May, end of May. And this can be remote or it can be in Eagle Butte. For example, we have had interns that have been in the southern region or have been here in the office. And so the timeline of the internship starts in May, ends in August. I'll just go ahead and read this quote here at the bottom. And this is from our summer intern last year. And they just said, during the internship, I learned a lot about native CDFIs across the country. And I learned a lot about data, specifically key performance indicators, and how those details help Akiptan get more funding, which then helps producers and then helps the overall system of the native agriculture industry. So just to speak to this intern, they had the opportunity, they wanted to work with numbers, and they had the opportunity to work on a lot of our data stuff. So they went they went on a work trip with our team and got to learn about how all these KPIs help to build our case around what we do here. So they loved it, and we loved having them. So we're really proud of all of our interns and the things they do. So keep an eye out for this. It will be on our website, opens in April. Let your students know. Okay, so that's all the youth things. Let's talk a little bit about our curriculums. So here on the program side, we have been working really hard at making sure that we have tools for our producers. The first one that we have is our financial management guide for cattle ranchers. This one is a 7-module booklet that walks them through different key pieces of their financials, and also around creating a loan and completing a loan. And then we have our native agriculture, or introducing native agriculture, a guide for young entrepreneurs. We're really proud of this one because a whole team of our interns helped to be a review panel on this one. So they had a lot of insight on how they wanted this to look. So we did a lot of one-on-one interviews. And so we really curated this to the needs of what they saw. And so that's available on our website. And then our most recent one is our financial management guide for native agribusinesses. These are all on our website, as Justine had said earlier. Download them, use them, go through them, call our office. We can mail one out to you. But we also host cohorts for these. In our internship, we use this loan one. And then internally, our clients are offered to participate in a cohort to go through the cattle one. And then we're just now getting started on our agribusiness one too for our internal clients, but these are available to everybody to utilize. Okay, I got 8 minutes left. These are some of the booklets we talked about. So we have our succession guide on our website. Please scan this code, take a look at it, and see how it can help your operation. We want the next stewards or operation young folks to be able to be ready, and for you to be ready. If you have any questions, Justine is your go-to person. She leads all of this programming. Check that out. And then we have our rancher record keeping booklet. So this is going to help you to keep records all year round. It's online, it's in person. You can write down your hay records, your livestock records, and understand all those key components and have it all in one place. And the book is very durable. So if you're throwing it in the back seat because you're carrying it around with you because you need to take some notes, it's gonna hang tough, and your partner is going to be happy that they can read it and it's not a crumpled up piece of paper that they have to take and track it and put it into the Excel sheet. We have had another webinar where we talked about those things. And so these templates and booklets are here for your use. All right, so webinars and resources. So every year, like I said, we offer a webinar a month. These are some that we have offered, and these are some that are coming up. So we'll always have our general tax update with Rob Holcomb. That's usually at the end of the year. Next month, we'll be hosting stress management, and we'll have an expert come in and talk about details around resourcing and things like that. We'll be doing cattle markets again this year. If you are interested in seeing what last year looked like, the recording is on our website there. Climate smart practices, technology and ranching, succession planning, American Indian lands. And we have a lot of free financial information on our website. So if you need a template for a cash flow sheet or a projection sheet, it's in the resource section on our website, and you're also welcome to scan that QR code there. All right. So we are also hiring. So you're welcome to join the team here at Akiptan. We're doing our best to make a change in native agriculture finance. These are on our website. We're hiring for a development officer, a program officer, and a program administrator. Welcome to share these out with your network as well. Okay. And you're also welcome to sign up for our newsletter. So we send out paper copy newsletters, but we also do an e-newsletter. Please sign up for that. That's where you're going to hear about any cool programs that we have happening or any new things happening firsthand. We usually do 1 or 4 e-newsletters a month that'll come right into your email. Go ahead and scan the code, but on our website, you can sign up too. It's at the very bottom of our landing page when you get to akiptan.org. All right, and last but not least, this is our contact information. Our programs are forever evolving and growing as we see needs come in, and I will be sending out a survey to everyone who has been in attendance today. You get an opportunity to win some of our really cool swag that we offer, some organization tools and things like that. So keep an eye out for our survey. We pick one winner to win our swag bag with that. But yeah, reach out to us if you have any questions or have any follow-up things that you want to visit one-on-one about. We're always here to offer and help. And the questions that were in the chat that we didn't have answers to, we'll make sure and reach out and get you the answers that you need. Justine, is there anything that you wanted to add?
Yes. Guys, I see all of your wants, which is great. We'd love to get those booklets into your guys' hands. I dropped both Dawn and my email into the chat. You can email us and we can get you those booklets, but we'll want your mailing address. So please shoot us over an email so we can make sure that we get those mailed out to you guys. Also, we had one question here on the job offers, Dawn. Sean had asked about the job offers. Do they need to be in person at Eagle Butte?
So those are both. It could be remote and it can be in the area if you're close. So, yep. We do have remote staff. So there's 6 of us here at the Eagle Butte office and the remaining 10. So we're a team of 16. The remaining 10 are all remote, either in the Rocky Mountains region or just scattered around the upper plains. But yeah, remote or in person. But thank you all so much for your time and for taking an hour out of your day to be with us here. This recording will be available on our website. I will also be emailing it out. But once again, our next webinar, I'll get you a date here, is going to be in February, and it's going to be with a lady named Monica, who is going to be talking about agriculture and the dynamics of stress management. So if you'd like to join us for that, you can register on our website. Monica is working with the LPC of Eyes on Horizon, and a couple of team members and I were present at one of her presentation, and we thought that our audience needed access to some of the information and resources that she offered. So that's going to be on February 11th, and it's going to be in the evening. I know we usually offer our lunchtime webinars, but this is going to be from 6 to 7. If you can't make it, it's okay. Go ahead and register and we'll make sure you get the recording. But it is in the evening, February 11th from 6 to 7. But thanks once again, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Visit our website, check out all the things. Thank you again.